Hey guys, my name is B and today I'm watching some of the oldest cosplay pictures back with you that I've ever made. And I'm also revealing the first cosplay that I ever made, and at the end I'm going to announce my cosplays that I'm going to do this year, so stay tuned till the end. And now let's get into some interesting pictures. My cosplay story starts in 2007, where I first went to Japanese Day in Düsseldorf, and there I started simply with cat ears and a vest and a bow and a little bell at the front of the bow. I'm going to blend you some pictures in so you can have a look at those, and yeah, I was pretty satisfied with my first choice, and I think also that it's a classic one. That year exactly was also the year that I started going to the Animagic. The first cosplay was just a bold choice, I would say, because I didn't knew the manga that well. It was Elementar Gerard. Yeah, it was like a number with all white clothing and white hair, and yeah, quite a bold choice, I would say. I made the trousers and the crop top with my mom, because at that time I couldn't even sew on my own, and yeah, I would say it's quite good for the first real cosplay that I ever did. But yeah, wasn't quite used to the wig that I wore, and the wig was just not a good quality. I've learned from that. So for the next year, 2008, I did a little maid for Japanese Day. Also not quite the cosplay that I would do now if I would do a maid cosplay, but yeah, that's this one. For the Animagic 2008, I did a Eureka 7 cosplay. I did Talho, and I was quite satisfied with that cosplay at the time, because I've sewn it all on my own without even help from my mom, and I was really satisfied with the result. So 2009 I did a Full Metal Panic cosplay, and her name is Yuri, and I also did that cosplay on my own. Watching it back, I can definitely say that I would do so many things differently. Like the bow is not really that neatly sewn, and also I would choose different sneakers. Yeah, overall looks quite nice. And so the second one was a little fantasy number that I thought of myself. I just put on a nice flowy black dress and some wings, and paired that with a blue wig from Chidori that I wore the day before, and just topped it out with some accessories like the flower in my hair. On the third day, I did my first ever group cosplay with two of my friends at that time, and we were doing ninjas, and this cosplay was so cool. I really like it up until to this day. See if you like it as well. But beware, you people, the cosplay that was even more epic was the year after that. In 2010, I did Hit Girl, and I embraced this costume to the bone, and I'm convinced that this is the cosplay that suits me the most of all my cosplays. The cape could have been better. To my limited resources and sewing skills, it turned out quite alright, but not that nice. But the overall look of it is just pretty cool. Here I also made a costume of the anime and manga Vampire Knight, and I did a student of the night class, not a specific one, just any night class student, and I did this with a friend of mine, and she did also a very random one. Now on to one of my favorite cosplays also is from Rozen Maiden, and I did this dress entirely on my own, and I was pretty proud of doing it. I really like it. So now on to 2011, where I did a Tron cosplay and I did Korra. And this was so much pain in the ass to make because I wanted it to lighten up in the night. Of course it had to do that, so I ordered some glowing wire off eBay. I had to tape myself into that costume and I had to be cut out of it at the end of the day. Nevertheless, I really liked that cosplay, although it was quite a mess afterwards and I couldn't wear it for the life of God again. For the next cosplay, I can't even remember the anime or manga that I borrowed it from. Because as you may or may not know, I often Google for cool characters to cosplay without even knowing the anime or manga of it. And yeah, I have forgotten this, but I really like it. Quite difficult to sew the borders, but it turned out quite nicely, I think. That year I also did a two-person cosplay with a friend again that also did the night class cosplay with me, and we did Black Butler and I did Ciel. And I remember that I really liked the blouse that I bought off eBay, especially for this cosplay, and I'm wearing the blouse even today for medieval events. So next up is 2012, and the first one was Gothic, and this is Victorique de Blois. I chose her for her quirky character, and I really find that these characters that I resemble the most are the best cosplays for me. And yeah, have a look. The next day I did quite an epic cosplay and I did Black Box Shooter with the Black Rock Cannon. This was really quite the eye-catcher and I had to do so many photos with it, and it was just heavy as hell because it weighs like 7 or 8 kilos and I couldn't stand upright with it for more than 10 seconds, but I embraced it. Yeah, I am still thankful to this day that my boyfriend and a friend of ours built this for me. And also I did the flames in her eyes with hot glue and acrylic paint. A good choice because it looked like actually real flames. Last cosplay that year was quite the fail, I would say, because I wanted to do a zombie version of High School of the Dead characters, but the visitors didn't quite understand what I wanted to say with it. So, no. So now we're already in 2013. First one that I did on the Animagic is an Ikitusen one, Ryo Mushime, with the maid costume in blue. And I think this turned out quite good, except the wig was not the most flattering for my face shape, I would say, and I would choose another one if I would do this again in the future. Also that year I did Yuri from Guilty Crown, and the body was quite difficult to sew and I had to find one on eBay that was just tight enough so it wouldn't be hanging too loose. This one turned out to be a little tight, but I think the result speaks for itself and I really like that cosplay. Third cosplay 2013 was this little one from Birthday Angel, which is also quite quirky and evil little character, which suits me very well. Very well, yeah, really German to be. Really German. Which suits me quite well. Quite so difficult, was it? We are in the last year of my cosplay experience, which was the year of my Sword Art Online cosplay, where I did Xenon, which is my favorite cosplay up until this day because it was just epic. It was just the right time and the right character to do. Nevertheless, the cosplay that I did also that year was my dot hack cosplay, and I really liked that as well because character resemblance. Or do I have to say more? Yeah, so those were all the cosplay photos that I could find. There might have been some that I've left out. Because I haven't found them yet, but yeah, now you have a little overview of the costumes that I did so far. Tell me in the comments below which one was your favorite. Now it's time to announce my cosplays for this year. Drum roll. So the first one is a cosplay that I'm doing with a dear friend of mine. It's from Guild Wars, and I think it's Guild Wars 2. And I'm doing an assassin, and she's going to do the warrior. There's no exact picture that I have of this, but my orientation is on this picture that I found, which I found quite cool, and I'm going to do it a little bit differently, not quite like on the picture because I'm not going to copy it. But yeah, I really like the costume, and I think I will need a lot of wobbler for this, but I'm excited how this will turn out. And then the bigger cosplay that I'm going to do this year is yet again Black Rock Shooter, strength with the big ogre arms, and we're going to build these, and we're in the middle of the process of building them. I'm so excited to do this, and yeah, those are the cosplays that I'm going to do. Look forward to more cosplay hauls in the future and to a great cosplay year. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. If you love cosplays like I do, who could have thought that? And I will talk to you in my next video.